Okay, people, it's time for Dance With Me, Story 2 of Fazbear Frights number 4. Spoiler warning right here if you haven't read the book yet, so let's get into the story. The story begins with a girl named Casey as our protagonist. She watches a mom leave the restaurant Circus Baby's Pizza World with her young son and daughter. In an instant, she swiftly runs up, grabs the lady's purse, and runs off with it. She runs back to the warehouse to be greeted by her two colleagues, Jack and AJ. You see, these three are thieves living on the streets, stealing money and food to sustain themselves. At their abandoned warehouse, they divvy up money from the purse, but Casey finds something else more interesting. The daughter of the woman they robbed had put her goodie bag from Circus Babies in the purse, one specific item being these flimsy 3D-like glasses. They read, "Put on the glasses and Ballora will dance for you." Casey tries on the glasses but immediately feels dizzy. She then sees Ballora at a distance dancing. She wonders how the glasses work and shows Jack and AJ, but they can't see Ballora with the glasses on. The next time she tries the glasses on, it seems that Ballora is a bit closer to her, but still at a distance, with leaves swirling around her as she dances. She questions if she's going crazy, but leaves the glasses alone for a bit, though she can't just throw them away. After two botched robberies, Casey decides she wants a fresh start in life without theft. She took her share of the money from the warehouse and bought a bus ticket to Memphis, Tennessee. Casey has a conversation with an old lady at a bus stop, and she says, "Sometimes if you try to run from your problems, those problems just end up following you." She makes her way to Memphis, finds a hotel, and gets a job at the Royal Cafe Diner. Though she was trying to get away from crime, Casey did a little tip swiping at the diner. The manager gets suspicious, and though he doesn't fire her, Casey skips town again, leaving her job at the diner. She has a nightmare where Ballora is on stage dancing. Two banners unroll with the words liar and thief. She takes a bus to Nashville, where she really wants to really have a fresh start. She finds a promising job, but doesn't have a nice outfit for the interview. She goes to a store, but only has enough money for one item, not both, the dress and the shoes that she needs. As her very last theft, she attempts to hide the dress in her backpack and buy the shoes. This works until she steps out of the door where an alarm goes off, alerting staff of the theft. When looking at the exit, Casey sees leaves swirling around where Ballora would be, right outside the exit, trapping her inside. She admits to the theft and speaks about why she tried to steal the dress, but an old woman buys the dress for her because she believes her and believes her story is genuine and true. Casey goes back to her hotel room, but Ballora is still outside her window, scraping on the glass. Casey knows what she must do. She goes to the house of Sarah Avery, the woman that she had robbed that night at Circus Baby's Pizza World. Casey admits that she was the thief and gives her her old stolen driver's license and all the money that she has. Sarah forgives her for her crime. Casey then returns the glasses to the rightful owner of them, Sarah's daughter Isabel. Isabel put on the glasses and let out a little gasp of surprise. "There she is," Isabel said. The girl stood there for a moment, glasses on, her mouth agape in wonder, and then she started to dance. Now, I actually really appreciate this story. It's got to be my favorite story in the book, and also it's the first good ending we've gotten in a while. Or is it? Now, this story seems to be a little less lore heavy, but there are still some things that can be learned, so I'm going to start with what really happened in the story. So, the first big reveal is that Circus Baby's Pizza World. Now, we can be pretty certain that this story does not take place in the main timeline, since Circus Babies doesn't end up in an evacuation and seems to be open after the robbery. So, those glasses that Casey steals were a prize from Circus Babies, but what are they really? Well, the glasses are just like ones used to watch a 3D movie, but these are supposed to display the image of Ballora while dancing. So, how do they do this? Well, when Casey puts on the glasses, she feels an immediate wave of nausea and dizziness. This is a classic symptom of the effect of William Afton's illusion discs. The illusion disc allows to change the appearance of a certain object, such as an animatronic, or possibly even displaying things out of thin air. Now, that would be all fine and good, but the depiction of Ballora does something a little more unexpected. Most times that Ballora is pictured outside, leaves swirl around her as she dances. She even physically scratches on Casey's hotel window, so how could she be doing this, if she's just an illusion? Well, remember how I said this story has a supposed good ending? This story might actually have one of the worst endings of all. Reddit user Yankee Explains proposed a much darker take on the ending that I didn't notice at first. A link to the original post will be in the description, but here's the gist of the theory. So, in the story, Ballora works in stages, getting a little closer every time she puts the glasses on. By the time the glasses were returned to Sarah's daughter Isabel, Ballora was only a couple feet away, almost close enough to touch. Under the idea that Ballora's distance status would have stayed the same no matter the viewer, then Ballora would be extremely close to Isabel. So take a look at this scene and notice the parallels. The girl stood there, glasses on, her mouth agape in wonder, and then she started to dance. At first I thought this may have been the girl imitating Ballora in joy, but this may very well be symbolizing a digital consciousness transference. Ballora may have been at her final stage, ready to fuse with a human host when Isabel put on the glasses during the ending. While I don't specifically believe this theory, it is a very interesting way to view things, and there is no denying that this is a very particular happening surrounding glasses. If I had to state my belief, I would say that there is a synthetic spiritual entity bound to the glasses and only viewable through them. The entity can interact with the physical world minorly, though. The glasses have built-in illusion discs that allow the viewer to see the entity, but it's only viewable to certain people. As stated earlier, Jack and AJ can't see Ballora, while Casey and Isabel can. I'm pretty sure that the technology has a sort of designated viewer function, where only certain people are meant to see it. This mainly goes in line with a concept I proposed in the previous Step Closer video about William Afton's judgment principle. The concept was that certain creations of William are built to punish owners and users of those objects for their sins. Examples of this are Lonely Freddy animatronics and the Ella animatronic from 1:35 a.m. It would make complete sense as to how the kids would be fine with the glasses, while a thief would suffer the punishment. Now, that's about all for this video, and to be honest, I don't really know what this story may be suggesting. If there's something I missed in the story, then write it in the comments, because there was actually something very interesting that I missed in the last video, which I should be covering soon. Now, I would say that next video will be on coming home, but I've got a different theory in mind. Something very interesting fit together. The pieces were put together. Thank you all for 1,000 subscribers, and thank you for watching.
Is someone there? Save me a dance for another day, perhaps.